Well, it's my absolute pleasure to be interviewing the Israeli ambassador to Australia, His Excellency Yuval Rotel. Yuval, Australia has a long and prestigious history and friendship with Israel from 1917 with the Light Horseman's charge on Beersheba, coming up for the anniversary this October. I understand that the Australian vote at Resolution 181 in 1947 was one of the first of all the nations to welcome the new or reborn state of Israel into nationhood. And so I want to know, what's our relationship today like with Israel?
I think the relationship is very strong, is very solid. We are like-minded countries who share common values and common aspirations and dreams for our people. It's true that Australia has a tremendous relevance to Israeli history. The very fact that, as you mentioned, the last charge of the Light Horse Brigade took place in October 1917 and freed Beersheba from the Turkish Ottoman, that he led to General Allenby's ability and potential to march all the way to Jerusalem and free the land from its Turkish control. Everyone in Israel keep listening for this historical announcement or the establishment of Israel. And every time we hear that, it's always starts with Australia, who voted yes for Israel. And for that we always appreciate, we always express our gratitude, and the fact that we have enjoying ever since then bipartisan support of both major parties in Israel is a source of encouragement, and it's so wonderful for any ambassador to serve in this land.
It seems that every night the midnight candles around all the governments around the world up late worrying about the situation in the Middle East and in Israel. Just recently during the Olympic Games and through lots of interviews with the international secular press, there seems to be a lot of confusion about what is the capital of Israel and where embassies should be situated. What's your perspective on that?
It's not my perspective, it's the government of Israel's perspective. Jerusalem was a capital of only one nation, the nation of Israel. It was the capital of the nation of Israel in the past, and it's the capital of the nation of Israel today and in the future. Jerusalem has never served any other nation in any other country as a capital, only the Jewish one. And therefore, we have no issue with that kind of issue, the kind of question. Jerusalem is the place when all our government and all our president and all our basically parliament are basically located. And everyone who wants to see and talk and engage us will have to come to Jerusalem to do that. And that's the practice of every day.
There are so many Christians and Australians who either have been to visit Israel or would love to go there, to go there for religious purposes, as well as to see the great nation that Israel is. But there is so much negativity in the press, particularly in these uncertain times. Is Israel a safe place for people to go and visit? And what's the best thing that Australians can do to stand and give support and solidarity for Israel during these uncertain times?
I think that Israel is a very safe place. You don't have to ask me. You can ask the 4 million tourists that came to Israel this year. It was almost impossible to book a room in a hotel or to book a place in a restaurant in Tel Aviv or in Jerusalem. So Israel is packed with tourism. So they are the best answer for your question. If there was a sense of fear or the sense of uncertainty, they wouldn't come to Israel. So the very fact that beyond tourism, the economy is flourishing and thriving, that our economy is doing extremely well in the last few years, the very fact that equity funds keep coming all the time to Israel, more than some European countries combined, is an indication that the people have a very strong feeling and support for Israel. Now, my own feeling that overall in Australia there is a great understanding for the narrative of the State of Israel and the challenges that we need to face. My own hope that this understanding will stay for many years to come, because we believe that given the uncertainty in the Middle East, it's important to make sure that Israel still and we're going to remain an island of stability, because this is the pillar, a very important pillar for the stability throughout the Middle East. If you see around us, they've seen so many countries. I would not say chaos, but definitely in time of transition. And this time of transition will take time until the dust settles. When it settles, I think it's going to be wonderful, again, to move forward into the right direction of further cooperation and hopefully for future kind of reconciliation between us and more Arab countries and the Palestinians.
And so what's the best way that Australians can support Israel in these times?
By investing in Israeli economy, by coming to visit Israel, and by supporting Israel locally when there are some issues with some people who have some, I would say, some kind of a strong bias with respect to Israel. In some churches, in some of the media outlets, and even in some of those who try to boycott Israeli products in this country. They have never tried to boycott any other country or any other nation or any other entity but Israel. And that for itself means a great deal.
You know, in the Bible, we're encouraged to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your passion in representing your country and our country. And I just want to say on behalf of all our listeners and many Australians and many Christians that we want to extend a hand of friendship. And I'd love to give you this little token of our friendship, including this little pin, which has the Australian and the Israeli flag. And these books here on the story, the history of the 800 Light Horsemen.
Yeah.
That was part of our involvement, where our blood was shed on Israeli soil, where at the time the youngest nation helped liberate one of the oldest nations. So thank you very much.
Thank
for
you
your
very
time.
much. Thank
God
you
bless
very much.
you.
Yeah, thank you
Shalom,
very much.
shalom.
And keep praying for the well-being of Israel.
We will do.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.